Let's get it going, Holmes.
Yes.
Is Billy coming?
Billy called. He's going to be late.
All right.
And the question really is he going to get here before you finish?
I'm going to have this thing finished by the time he gets here.
Okay.
I'm going to challenge you.
All right.
All right.
Well, you would
I'm
you all
gonna
in to the
dare
debate
you.
again tonight?
Okay, you ready, everybody?
Yep.
Stand, please. Hand over heart. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Hi, Corn.
Oh. See if I can remember. Heavenly Father, help us make these proceedings fair-minded and fair-minded exchange of ideas. Amen.
Amen. That was fine.
That was close. Pretty close, right, Hope?
Yep. You recognized him.
All right. Oh, you had it. Okay. Well, listen, we got a big debate tonight, so my goal is to get the meeting done, if at all possible, in 45 minutes. I think we can if we keep things moving along, huh? Get home, see who's going to win. So, presentations. You start your Model American Community. You're the first thing up, ahead of the minutes. All right.
Hi, Greg.
Hi.
I'll take one of those also.
Absolutely. Thanks, Greg.
Christine? Okay. The council members and yourself?
There we go. You have them?
There you go.
John, I'm going to need your signature later for the
Good enough for you?
That's for the JCAP, you know, the Justice Court. Thank you.
Is that it? Excellent.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Alejandro Payan. I'm a consultant for the town of Rye, and I'm specifically working on the Model American Community Project. So tonight we're going to review some of our preliminary research findings. One more, Greg. Yep. Right, so what exactly is the Model American Community Project? It's a place where residents, businesses, community organizations, schools, and government officials work together to improve the quality of all life for all. So tonight's research findings are based on 50 interviews conducted over the last couple of months among community organizations and houses of worship. Okay, so here we see from left to right, from our research findings, we have depicted 6 community indicators, one being youth and life skills, which is basically 2/3 or 63%.
Well, I just understand, Alejandro, this is what they're concerned about?
Yeah. This is what the community is concerned about, yes. Among the 50 interviews that we conducted. The first one, 63% or 2/3, cited youth and life skills. Next, 6 and 10 of those interviewed cited government engagement, then 53% community social programs, and then it trickles down a bit, 49% to quality of life, then 37% economy, and then 9% the environment. So the next couple of slides, we're going to take a deep dive and analyze exactly what the community is asking for. So again, youth and life skills at 63%. What does it mean? So basically, we're looking at youth opportunities, youth mentoring programs, internships, volunteering, youth, and civic participation. Next, we have government engagement at 60%, lowering taxes, government responsiveness to and communicating with the community, diversity, youth, the cultural populations. For example, being more proactive on diversity and getting people involved in town boards. Next, we have community social programs at 53%, which means translates to senior programs, community health care programs, drug addiction, domestic abuse, and adult educational programs, like, for example, teaching our community how to use a computer, such programs as Excel, PowerPoint, so on and so forth. Next we have quality of life at 49%, which means promoting more family events, community participation in the arts and cultural activities and entertainment. Economy, 37%. Assist local businesses with their advertising, publicity, website development, social media, for example, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Financial assistance and government grants. Last but not least, we have the environment at 9%. Basically means that air and water quality, traffic pollution, reuse and recycling, safe bicycle and pedestrian routes, sustainable renewable energy sources, like, for example, having solar panels in government buildings, in our schools. So what are the next steps? The next phase is, which is next week, we're going to have our first feedback meeting at 7 p.m. right here in the courtroom. We invited those we interviewed, which are basically 50 organizations, to discuss what we found so far. We're also going to discuss proposals for 2013, including the following that arose this year: a job readiness and internship program for high school students during the summer of 2013, a community service program for high school students. Next, we're going to do interviews among businesses in the town of Rye. We're going to have our initial kickoff meeting, not this Monday, but the following Monday, right here in the courtroom at 7 p.m. And again, here we're going to listen to 60 businesses describe their vision of the model American community.
You had 60 businesses to sign up?
That we're going to invite, basically. And basically, we're going to talk and see how we can work together and make this community a model American community. We're also going to set up individual interviews as well. In the next phase, we're going to spearhead into social media. We're going to have our very own Model American Community Facebook page, and ultimately our goal here is to leverage social media as much as possible. The next, we're going to undertake an online survey of town residents. So survey goals are understanding residents' view of life in the town, learn about their vision for the Model American Community Project. All responses will be collected and tabulated by the town. It's actually going to be via SurveyMonkey, which is it's going to be cost efficient and just ultimately cost savings for the town of Rye. And lastly, I think we missed one more. Lastly, we're going to review the results. They'll be held public. We'll publicize these outcomes, and basically we'll have this on our website. And that's pretty much it for now. So.
Well, Alejandro, thanks very much for that presentation. Any questions from the
Are we going to be utilizing the Facebook page that we already have, or will this be in addition to the Town of Rye Facebook page that exists?
Correct. It's going to be in addition to. Right. Yes.
Well, listen, I think it put together a terrific presentation, and
thank you.
I'm looking forward to the next steps in the project. One thing is, do we have in the youth projects? Is there a? Do we know what projects already exist today? I saw the biggest feedback was, or positive feedback was for concern for youth programs. And do we have a catalog of the youth programs that are available in our community today?
We don't have, well, I don't have that with me now,
No,
but we do have it, yes.
We do.
Yes.
Be interesting to see what is out there already, to see how we might contribute to it or add to it, or where we can enhance it.
Sure. Right.
But well, listen, I can't thank you enough for that very good work. It's very helpful, and want to continue to move forward with that. Thank you yourself, and thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg.
Great, excellent.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Right.
Look forward to next Wednesday's meeting.
Right.
Okay, approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Does anybody have any, Christina or Bob, do you have any?
No, good to me.
Okay, if you abstain, we can't approve it because we won't have a quorum. So we'll just approve next month.
Okay.
I understand. You're right, you weren't out
But you
there.
do have a quorum.
No, but he can't, if Bob
Okay.
abstains, he can't approve
Oh,
it?
if he wants to, he can. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to abstain.
Right, so he's going to, yeah, but I think, we had the same thing last meeting. I think he had.
Okay.
Comments from the public? Goldie.
I'm very unhappy about you running for upper office and Billy Villanova doing the same thing. I'm not happy about that. I think you do better here in Rye Town by keeping the town alive. And I'm just not happy about that. But I want to get off that subject and get on something that's very important to all the elderly, the veterans, and a lot of the citizens of Portchester. We have too much off the tax rolls between the nonprofit corporates and the municipal property in the village of Portchester. And we are struggling because we are a low-income to a middle-income community. A lot of things are not being sold. We have empty stores because we're in a recession, depression, and we have people who are struggling to stay in their homes. But a lot of people have called me and stopped me on the street because they know I go to the meetings. One of the biggest problems I have, and I was at the Monday night meeting for the village of Portchester, I said, you've got to help. You've got to help. Government we elect to help the people. They can't cut health, welfare, and safety, police, fire, public works, sanitation, or EMTs, or anything like that. We need that. We need that. But we've got a big problem. Our assessments are much too high. Unfortunately, in the village of Portchester, you can't go by footage. We're an antique community. Most of the houses are stick and are built in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. But they go by footage, but they don't go by age, condition, and location. And that's a big problem. We can't be compared to other things. We are not that kind of community. We are a village struggling. The Westchester County has that stupid county sewage treatment plant down on Fox Island Road, and they ruined our best waterfront residential property. There is no elitist that's going to live next to a county sewage treatment plant that every once in a while misfires, and the stench will kill you up, down, and around. We can't go by that. So we need the help of government at all levels. Our school taxes are killing us. There are many children in school that parents are paying nothing. But as seniors and elderly, our kids are out of school, but we're still paying school taxes. Is that fair? No, it isn't. Something has to be done at the state level to correct the school taxes because they oversee the schools. But we count on government to please help the people. The people need help. Government is supposed to help the people. So please help us to correct our assessments. They have to be lowered. They have to in the village of Portchester because we don't keep our taxes. They go to the county, they go to the state, they go all over the place. Come on, that's wrong. Cities keep their taxes. They can do what they please. But we've got big problems here in the village of Portchester that only government can solve at all levels. So we look to you to see if you can correct. I know that you're only a small board, and Democrats are fighting Republicans, Republicans are fighting Democrats, and it's a horror story. Look what's happening in the presidency tonight. Come on, we got another debate. They can say anything they want before election. They can't do anything after, because they're only one person, one vote. They can't do anything. Congress can always override the president, and that's the way I look at it as a historian, but something is the matter. But we can't do it. If we as citizens had a Boston Tea Party or an American Revolution, maybe something would come about. But we're not united, and that's a big problem. So please try to help us. Try as best you can to help us. I said that to Portchester the other night. They listen, but they don't do what you say. So that's all. I love the town. I love what you do. I don't like that you're running for election. I love Oakland Beach. I love everything that you do, because that's the way it is. But when you're running for election, you and Billy, I'm not happy about that.
Well, thank you for your comments, Goldie. Thanks for your vote of support. I understand.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you, Supervisor Carvin.
Sure. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for coming tonight.
Good to be here tonight. I'm just going to give you, the board, a brief update on the Jefferson Avenue Bridge project. We started the project about a month ago. Our contractor is the Arbin Group. They're out of Pleasantville. They've done a number of bridge projects. They gave us very good pricing compared to what we thought we would receive, and some of the other bids we actually did receive. To date, we've established the detours. We've removed the parking, established alternate parking locations. The detour seems to be working well. We haven't had any major traffic issues. Aside from a couple of people angry after the first day of losing some parking spaces and finding their alternate parking spaces, there haven't been any major complaints about parking either. To date, the overhead utilities have been removed. The contractor has mobilized, and he's set up, and they're actually doing some clearing and grubbing around the bridge, and they've done some initial demolition work on the top deck of the bridge. Our village crews have removed some additional trees around the bridge to make for a better construction site. This week, we should have a crane delivery to remove the superstructure of the bridge, and the contractor is preparing their submittals for the coffer dams, which are going to allow them to do the work around the embankments and remove the center abutment. And we seem to be making good progress. Unfortunately, we started a little bit later than we wanted to. That's a result of a couple of items. First is just coordination between and among the various utilities. The utilities that we have in this case are Con Edison Gas, Con Edison Electric, Verizon, Cablevision, and the Westchester Joint Waterworks. And there actually is some still additional utility coordination that's taking place. As I noted when I spoke to you probably about 9 months ago, the bridge is using what we call the next beam technology, where essentially the structural decking of the bridge is being constructed off-site, and it's going to be shipped in, and that process has already begun. The contractor has submitted their requests and their paperwork to the manufacturer, and that process is taking place. So we hope that this project remains on course for about a 6-month time frame. That will bring us up into about March of 2013, and that is basically the update I'd like to give the board, and I hope I can answer any questions, but not keep you past here.
Well, Dan, thanks very much for the update. Any questions for Dan?
No, I drove by it. I saw that the construction had started, and it looked like a very big project, and I'm glad to hear it's going well.
Yeah, for a $3.5 million, it's a $3.5 million project, but in the world of bridge construction, it's actually not a major bridge project.
Right.
But any expense of this is major.
Well, of course it is. Well, thank you so much for coming to present tonight. Keep us updated. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watney.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from the public? Good. Mr. Markowitz, the certiorari here. Before I forget, Village Trustee Brakewood asked me, and I don't know if you know off the top of your head, and I sent you an email, Town Attorney Noto.
You did.
Basically, he was concerned that, that some of the variations in assessments are too big for taxpayers to absorb, and he was questioning he wanted to know whether or not we can average assessments over some time frame, call it 3 or 5 years, so to smooth out a little bit the variations from year to year. Is that something we could consider or not?
The short answer is no. There is a section of state law titled Article 19. Article 19 provides for averaging assessments over a 5-year period and implementing phased assessments. It only applies to municipalities that have a population in excess of $1 million.
$1 million?
I'm sorry, 1 million people.
Okay.
Okay, so it would not be applicable, could not be applied within the town of Rye. Currently, I know it is applied in the city of New York.
Okay, so if you could just, thank you so much, that's very helpful. Could you mind, you have Mr. Brakewood's email address, would you just send him an email and just explain that to him? Just a brief email, or either you or Town Attorney Noto. Great, thank you so much. Okay, 815 King Street.
Okay, this is the settlement of a certiorari involving a single-family home for 1 year of assessment. Very simply, the house sold for $825,000 in December of 2010. This resolution would reduce their 2011 assessment to $825,000, and they've agreed to withdraw their complaint on the 2012 assessment.
And you recommending that we approve this?
Yes.
Any questions from my colleagues on the board? Seems pretty straightforward.
Yes.
I'm not missing anything in here, am I?
No, you're not. Very straightforward.
We might get through this monthly meeting without the Carvin harangue. Okay, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Is this the only business you have before us tonight?
That's correct.
All right. And might as well give me a report while you're there. Anything? Assessment report?
Nothing to add.
All right, Mr. Markowitz. You're anxious to see that debate, huh?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Nowotnik.
Okay, briefly, this resolution is to select a real estate broker to advise the town council on the potential evaluations and or development and or sale of town property. We received 2 responses. They were both interviewed separately, and the consensus was to recommend this particular firm. They are extremely aggressive in the Westchester County area. They do pretty much exclusively commercial brokerage, and they know our community quite well. So the feeling was that this would be the best choice. Of the 2 proposals, just so you know, and so the community knows, the commission rate was exactly the same.
How much is that?
It was 5%. So both firms presented the same commission structure. The question here is, the council members that were part of the group interviewing felt that this firm would perhaps be the better firm for the town to select.
So you're going to advise us in the sale of our properties, basically?
Correct.
And they'll charge no...
There's no fee unless they are successful in monetizing some of our properties. And understand, we have our in-rem properties and various other parcels that the town owns.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Nope. I get a motion to approve.
Motion to
The
approve.
selection of said, let's get a second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, terrific.
Interesting.
Excellent. Mr. The holiday exchange.
That is, well, I was going to leave that one for the town clerk, since that's where it initiated. But in essence, what we're talking about here is the town currently provides for Veterans Day.
Okay, so this for
Veterans Day in this, excuse me?
Employees for the place of the town, right?
Right. And all the employees are asking is for a substitution. Since Veterans Day falls on a Sunday this year, they would like to be able to substitute that for Christmas Eve, which would enable them to better prepare for the holiday.
And spend more time with their families.
Exactly.
I think that given the hard work that the 10 people that are employees in the town, right, that's
Thank you.
only fitting that we should approve this. Any comments, questions?
Absolutely not. I agree with you completely.
Excellent.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Hope, thanks for suggesting that. Great
Thank
suggestion.
you.
Got employee morale. Everybody will be home enjoying turkey and starting their Christmas on the 23rd of December now.
Right.
There you go.
Which is my birthday, so.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now we know.
That must be
Is it
tough.
really?
Beautiful. Okay,
Thank you very
JCAP. Is this Ann or is this you, Bishop?
Well, this Ann would be able to better answer the question, but in essence, this is just an approval for Ann Capisi, the court clerk, to file the grant application.
Wonderful. For $30,000?
No.
What we're applying for is for
No, they need you.
You have to come up here.
Did we approve it, that resolution, C, Hope?
Yes.
Did we approve it correctly on resolution?
Yes, you did. The maximum is 30, but we're really applying for 4,360. And it's basically for furniture in the clerk's office and in the judge's chambers, and some electronic equipment, and a TV, DVD, video, sound that can be used for you if you wanted to have a presentation or something, and for the judges for trials. But just for Ms. Collins, I just wanted to give you a little overview of the grants that we have received. In March of 2008, we got $21,094, which was for chairs, painting, desks for the judge's office. In March of 2009, we got $15,800, and that was for the surveillance cameras that are in the building. March of 2010, we got $24,000, which is for the bench. We needed to raise it because it was a little too low for the judges.
And for the board.
And for the board. But defendants were looking down at the judges, and that. And so this construction, and then we got a small one in 2011 of just close to $1,000 for judges' robes and things like that. And 2012, we got $3,475, which was for our portion of the air conditioner that you needed to repair, and that was for the portion that was in the courtroom. So now we're applying for things in the offices.
Well, I can't thank you enough, Ann. You've been terrific. You've been the grant writer award winner in the town, and that's fantastic all you're doing, and certainly the town and the townspeople have benefited dramatically.
It really helped with the look of the third floor and everything. Yes, so it's my pleasure.
Well, so I get a motion to approve the solicitation of the grant?
Yeah.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Ann, thanks so
didn't
much.
think that I could get much more than this based on my liaison person.
Okay.
They're not really in giving technology, and ours are only 2 years old,
All right.
so
Okay.
we're pretty much in
Getting
good
good.
shape. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ann. Okay, tree care proposal. Who's this? Is this?
Me.
Okay.
Me. You may remember a few months ago, the Friends of Crawford Park came in, and they had identified, along with our park caretaker, 18 dead trees. What we did was we did a more thorough walkthrough, and we actually found 25 trees. But 11 of those trees were taken down by our staff because they were small enough and our staff could easily handle them. What remains now is about 13 to 14 trees that are just too large and just not safe for our staff to handle. So we had to go out and do them professionally. We solicited 5 different tree firms. The bids ranged from about $10,500 roughly to the proposal that we're recommending for you of about $7,800, I think, and $95. I'm not sure.
$7,975.
Okay. We'd like to be able to get the board to approve this so we can get this job done before winter. Majority of these trees, just so you understand, are along the perimeter. They're along that Jennifer Lane walking trail and stone wall. Some of them are, in fact, 2 of them are right next to the mansion, and a couple of them are along the roadway. We, frankly, have not culled. We've actually had nature do our culling for us, but these dead trees, for some reason, have survived. So, if you would approve, we think we can get this job done by Thanksgiving. By the way, the cost does include the removal of all the materials. We will keep the wood chips on site, and stump grinding is included in the process. So we will get rid of the 14 stumps that are there.
We have money in the budget for, I know we always,
we have exceeded our tree budget, if you will, budget line substantially. Again, we had the storms. That knocked out several trees, and we had to do a lot of emergency tree work as a result of the storms.
Wonderful.
Were these additional trees due to the storm damage as well?
No, these were trees that should have been removed long ago. But again, they were standing, they were solid. Nobody really wanted to touch them. But as we go through, we're finding out that they are too close to the roadway for comfort. They are starting to drop branches. You know how when a tree starts to die off, all of a sudden the branches start falling. Some of them have very substantial branches. And also along the Jennifer Lane stone wall there, that perimeter, some of those trees are just leaning in dangerous directions. So the feeling here is this is primarily for safety reasons. We think it's an excellent price. I think everybody will breathe a lot easier once they're gone.
What about doing an inspection of trees over at Rytown Park? I mean, seems
well, we actually did a project just like this at Rytown Park. I guess it was 4 years ago. We took out 21 dead trees because, again, the park had not culled any of the dead trees that were there. That project, some of those trees were massive. Some of them were huge. That project cost us $21,000 4 years ago.
Notwithstanding the need to remove the trees, do we have any plans for planting additional trees?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I guess it was last year we received a grant from Susie Oppenheimer. We planted 41 new trees. We work constantly with the Friends of Crawford Park, oftentimes splitting the cost with them to try and plant replacement trees. So, yeah, the plan is always to try and replace any tree that you cut down.
Including these 14, right?
Excuse me?
Including the 14.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we won't do it right this minute, sure. But certainly sometime, over the next year or so, I guarantee you we'll be planting at least 14 trees, if not more.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the contract to Zicka Landscaping?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nowotnik. Finance.
Just one item, just to update the board. The supervisor signed this week the ban paperwork, so the closing is set for Thursday, and the net interest rate that we were charged for the 1 year is 1.178. So the cost of the town is going to be $23,560 for the interest cost for the year.
How much? 23?
$23,560.
On how much?
On $2 million.
Wow.
Pretty good.
So 1%.
Right.
Jesus. Wow. That's to fund the bridge, correct?
That's to fund the bridge. So as you got the information earlier, they're underway.
Just quickly on this report you gave us on the mortgage tax revenue.
Yes.
Don't worry, Mr. Noto, I'll be brief.
If you notice, it's from left to right.
Exactly, I noticed that.
I didn't give Dave the hook yet.
I see the $83,000 adjustment, but the 288 to 220, and then I'm still not comfortable with these numbers are right. I just want you to tell me they're right, because that means our first half of the year we had a dramatic drop. The second half of the year we had a dramatic pickup.
Correct. And behind this, the mortgage tax revenue are the numbers from the county clerk that Bishop received, and the latest through September, he just received that on the 12th.
So I'm just trying to look at the trend, though. I'm not saying the 314 is wrong. I just don't believe the market's operating in that fashion. Could you just confirm to me? We don't need to go through it tonight.
Sure. Yeah.
But just why would the market in the first half of the year fall, and then the second half of the year pick up?
Well, it's a 6-month period, and the first half is from October 1st to March 31st.
Yeah, it's 2 6-month periods.
No, I know. I just, in terms of the timing, the second half is from April to September. So,
yeah, what that means, anyway, you understand what I'm saying.
Well, April to September, there are more closings.
No, it's like for like. It's like for like. So it's every April, September. The April, September from last year went from 288 to 220.
Went down.
Yes.
Right. Last year was just a horrible year for the real estate.
And I just don't believe these numbers.
Okay.
I don't believe the numbers. I want you to put your firstborn child and tell me these numbers are right. Since the county made a mistake, I have no confidence these numbers are correct.
She's married now, so she's
well,
out of the house.
Then your second born. No, but I want to know, because we need these to finalize our budget, obviously. And I have no confidence these numbers are right. I don't believe you had the dramatic drop in the first half of the year, and then also the dramatic increase in the second. I just don't believe those numbers. Well, they could be right, but I want you to
get more
confirm.
information, because they're reported to the finance department from the county clerk, so we'll have to get more information from the county clerk.
Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. As long as you're up there, maybe we'll get the town attorney's report at the same time. How are we doing with in-rem collections?
We're doing okay. We've got about a third.
Honorable Mr. Mecca, you want to go up as well? Here's our collections team.
September was not a great month for collections.
Right.
I
have spoken to some of them, and they're going to pay. I mean, some have indicated they're going to be paying in full.
How many properties do we have?
29.
Don't they lose the properties if they don't?
In a month. I mean, on November 15th is a redemption.
We're going to get 29 properties?
Two full payments.
We already have like 4 or 5 payouts.
Right. Two are in bankruptcy, so we can't take those. And one of them had said, who owned a bunch, said they will pay. Mm-hmm. And I've been talking to some of them. So we'll get there.
So how many? We have 29 properties.
29 total we started with.
And how many do we have left that owe us money?
25, maybe.
25 right now.
Yeah, 25.
And what happens to the ones that go into bankruptcy?
We can't do anything until the bankruptcy court process ends.
How many do we have in bankruptcy now?
2. Same owner, 2 properties.
But so you have some previous years as well.
No, some of them came out, and then we get checks from the trustee That's a separate process, and the trustee pays us on, pursuant to the order of the bankruptcy judge.
Could you just add into your analysis the properties in bankruptcy, so we know what's in bankruptcy and what can come out? Because obviously it impacts our cash flow.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just one in this year's batch.
Okay. Anyway, so we got 25. But that's a high number for this late in the process, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But
it is high. Yeah.
Every year we go through this. I mean,
and so in a month's time, Mr. Nioras and
we should be getting a lot more money.
Councilman Nioras and Councilwoman Collins and Supervisor Grove be the proud owners of another 25 properties.
Potentially, but
that RFP is going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it could.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Byrnes.
Okay, just a quick reminder to all the folks that we did mail out the delinquent notice to anybody, because it's 2 weeks after the closing period for the school bills. So the notices are out there, and you have to pay up by the 31st, otherwise the interest factor, the penalty factors is going to raise. It's sort of like our period of time for cleaning house. So we are looking at everything to see. As Mr. Noto mentioned, we're proceeding there to clean up in-rems We also have the list to be recorded in the county for liens, which some of them have paid so far. But it's time for the public to really take a look at their tax bills and pay up or plan on becoming more and more penalized. And secondly, just want to remind everybody that 3 weeks from today is Election Day. So, it's time to really get serious in your thinking about what you're going to do when you hit the polls, because it's right around the corner. So we did our registration according to law. We didn't do a lot of people, but officially the registration period is closed. There's no more can be done for this year. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mecca. Thanks for all your hard work on not just the town as town receiver of taxes, but also in terms of promoting our elections and trying to get people registered. I appreciate it.
We try, right?
We're doing our best.
Get a need for effort. Okay,
thanks so much, Mr. Mecca. Cope, did you have anything for us? Nope.
No.
Thank you so much. Frank?
Yes.
We've got your report here, so I think you just hit the highlights, I think. Does anybody have any questions for Frank on his report?
No, I've read through it.
So you read through it? It looks like you've been pretty busy.
Very busy. We took care of the steps
I don't think you need to go
downstairs.
through all of it. Anything in particular you wanted to highlight?
Well, the major thing was the steps downstairs in the front. My staff did it in-house. The steps were in a dangerous condition. Somebody was ready to fall. So we took the stairs apart. It took about a little over a week to take everything apart and rebuild everything, make it safe. Now the stairs are in good working order, and the way the two guys built it, my two seasonal staff, we won't have a problem for at least 10 years. The way they really shored it up, and they put cement, new brick. The new brick it's different from the old brick, so we had to improvise.
This is downstairs in front.
In the front.
Yep.
So right now it's safe. Nobody can get hurt. When you stood on the stairs, you can feel the brick be very loose, and it was just an accident waiting to happen. So myself and Mike and Bishop, got together. We put our heads together and we took care of it, and now it's safe for the public, and we're good to go.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thanks so much. Thank you, Frank. Any questions? No. Thank you so much.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yep. Great. And Mr. DiCrescenzo's out today, I guess.
He's vacationing.
Is that authorized?
Yeah, well, he works only 1 day a week.
Yeah, we got it for
1 day a month.
I do have to give John credit, though, because his reports are always
on
very
time
detailed and on time.
And we had the presentation from Dan Spear. No, that's okay. I'm not going to make my 8:45.
Okay.
Is there something new that we got to talk about?
I just wanted to let you know that we were successful at getting bids for the small repairs for the Continental Footbridge.
Great.
And the Otter Creek Bridge. The total for both jobs, $1,350.
Great.
It was terrific. So we've already issued that PO.
Beautiful. Great work, Mr. Nowotnik. Okay.
But we should make just note, remember we asked John last month to put together some estimates for us, and he has gone ahead and done that. So as budget season looms over us, it'll be great to have these numbers for planning.
Fantastic. Great idea. Thank you. And Councilwoman Collins, any comments?
I will not be here next month, unfortunately, so I'd like to just take this opportunity to wish everybody a very early happy Thanksgiving, because I won't be, I believe the meeting's right before Thanksgiving, so I'll see you after that.
Well, we'll certainly miss your presence here, and
it'll be my first board meeting. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself on a third Tuesday. Not be here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for everything you're doing, and thank you so much. Councilman Nioras?
No comments.
No comments. Well, I got us in at, 8:44. I think we all have time. Look, I couldn't agree with Mr. Mecca, the Honorable Mr. Mecca, more. Tonight's 3 weeks from election night. Let's go out and vote. Let's exercise our American duty. Democrat, Republican, working families, Conservative Party, Independence Party, or non-affiliated. Go out and vote and make America great. Thank you so much. All right, can I get a motion to bring the meeting to a close?
Motion to close?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's go watch the debate.